Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and today I want to show you how to wrap a bangle bracelet in silk and add a few embellishments. I have an example here, and this is what actually inspired me to do this video. I was making this piece of jewelry here, which has kind of like a Moroccan Indian feel to it, and I just really wanted to bring in the textile element of the silk into the design, and I wasn't quite sure how to do it, and I ended up wrapping a bangle bracelet, which this one is here by Nunn Designs, and adding these little vintage rivolies to it as well, these little pendants. So I want to show you how to do that. So you're going to need a bangle, you're going to need some silk ribbon, and the yardage that you need is really going to be dependent upon how much you really want to wrap this. There's a couple different ways of doing it. I'm starting with 42 inches, and then I've got these little rivoli pendant links that I'm going to use. So to begin, go ahead and actually do a simple overhand knot. So you're just anchoring your silk to your bangle. That was just a simple knot. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the silk and we're just going to wind it around the bangle. And now you can decide, do you want to do big wide winds where you show some of the metal between your wrappings, or do you want to do a tight wind where it's going to make the entire bracelet look like it's covered in silk? And that's actually what I want to do. So I'm just going to go over and under, threading it through the interior hole of the bracelet, wrapping it around the side, keeping it fairly tight. And I'm just going to keep doing this all the way around. Now I'm doing this with a silk ribbon. You don't have to do it with a silk ribbon. You can do it with any other type of ribbon. You can do it with a strip of fabric. You can have the frayed ends show. You can do it with whatever type of textile you like. Just make sure you have enough length to start with, because it would be hard to tie on another extended length later. So I'm trying to not twist the ribbon like this as I wind it. I'm trying to just wind it always with the same side, going in and out and over. And it's not perfect. There's some gaps that are larger and some that are smaller, but I actually really like that nice organic look. So I'm almost to my starting point. Now, at this point, you have, again, some more options. You can either just tie your two ends together, put a little bit of E6000 glue in your knot, so you just knot it and trim your ends really tight, and you would just have a silk wrapped bangle. But I want to actually show you what I did here in this bracelet example, where I'm going to add these little rivolies. So I'm just going to go over where I first started, just go right over that knot. Okay, and now what I want to do is I want to add a little link. So I'm just going to take the end of my ribbon, and it helps that my ribbon happens to have a point to it. Just slide the link on and scoot it down, and keep scooting it until it rests up against your bangle, just like so. I'm going to do another wrapping, and I'm just going over my old wrappings, and then when I want to add another one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to slide it all the way down, and again continue with my wrapping. And you can add as many or as few of these as you want, just dependent upon how much silk you have available and how many pendants you have. I'm just putting them every inch, inch and a half. Since that's going to be a little hard to go through, I'm going to grab a little tool here. I just have a crochet hook, but any little, like a toothpick or a piece of wire, any little thing that allows you to poke it through that if you are doing the same project that I'm doing. I'm just going to add one more, so I've got 5. So keep in mind where you started. Be pretty easy to see that tail. Keep winding until your 2 tails meet. And we're going to create another overhand knot. So those are secure. What you could do now is you can either just go ahead and put a little bit of glue in there before you would cinch that down. I'm not sure if I actually want to do more to this project, so I'm not going to secure it here. I just want to show you the technique in the video. Or you can cut a little bit further out, which is like what I did here in this bracelet, and I purposefully frayed the edges. I wanted this to look like antique or vintage silk that I use, so I wanted it to kind of have a little bit of a more rustic appeal to it. So those are 2 different ways you can finish it: trimming it up tight to it, cutting a little further, or even if you want, you could tie a bow with your ribbon tails and have a little bit more of a feminine look as well. So that is how you cover a bangle using a silk ribbon.